Hello and welcome to Ctrl Delete, the alternative comedy quiz show here on SXTV. Sitting in the control seat today is me, your host, Daniel E. Wright. On Team Alt tonight we have Kat Williams and Tom Westlake. And on Team Delete we have Tommy Zaluki and Lorena Montez. Let's go straight to our first round. True or false, where we'll ask our contestants various themed questions and they have to determine whether they are true or false. Our first question is for Tommy. Oh. Is it true or false that there is a genuine condition called exploding head syndrome?
Oh, so I've heard of this, but it's always on like Bravo or something like really crappy.
South Park.
Yeah, or like some really crap TV show. So, what do you think? Exploding head.
Well, there was something on South Park about if you hold your farts, you explode, and it was happening to everyone. So.
Yeah, but are we going to base an answer on South Park?
No.
Anything to put into this conversation?
I'm worried if there is.
Yeah, I want it to be true, but I think we're gonna go.
You want it to be true. You want somebody
that
out
would
there
be cool.
just walking along the street, holding in their farts, and suddenly, bang! Woohoo! Lovely.
People do explode randomly, don't they? So
that's spontaneously combustion. That's spontaneous combustion. Have you never heard of spontaneous combustion?
No.
Is
that when you?
That's not the syndrome.
Yeah. That's where the heat in your body gets so fast that your body just.
Oh my god!
Although it can happen to inanimate objects, it's very rare. It's not. It's not like something you can catch like an infection.
Call me Dad.
I would imagine it would happen to cows more. What with the methane problem?
That would make sense.
But I can't say I've walked along, living in Devon as well, and then seen a cow explode. But I never know.
Well, can I push you for an answer?
Yeah, false.
You want to go false?
If it's true. It
is in fact true.
You're joking.
No way.
There is indeed a genuine condition called exploding head syndrome. The main symptoms include suffering hearing a loud exploding noise originating from inside the head, which has no fatalities associated with it, which unfortunately makes it the most misleading and disappointing condition ever.
And disappointing question.
Well, yeah, exactly. Okay. Next question is for Kat. Is it true or false that identical twins have identical fingerprints?
Ooh.
I was thinking about this the other day actually, and I was like, they could be the same. Because they can get identical moles, can't they?
No.
I think so.
Like,
is that true? I'm a biologist,
as in,
I should know
freckles,
this.
not like
They're like
little things with glasses. And
they could be, you never know.
That's
Pops
true.
out with it.
Well, they have like identical fingers, don't they?
Do they?
I don't know.
But fingerprints wouldn't be identical if other people had the same. No, they wouldn't be unique if everyone had.
Are they identical?
They're identical twins, down to the DNA.
Right. Okay, I would imagine yes then, because
Yeah,
your
DNA
does
makes
your
your
little
fingerprints,
fingers.
doesn't it? Yeah.
But then, and they look the same,
See,
like their noses
to be perfectly honest, I've never actually compared my fingerprints to anyone else, so for all I know, everyone's lying.
Could have been a massive con.
It's a cover.
The government.
Can we get a zoom in on the fingers? No?
We've got identical fingerprints.
Well, we're clearly twins then, aren't we?
We are. We're twins. Are you twins?
I used to know someone who used to acid them off, or well, not know them. Some
Is
person
it-
used to
is it a
acid them
burglar?
off. Yeah, so like
So that
they don't get found out, do they? Yeah.
So maybe they can have identical fingerprints if they acid them off and then glue them back on. Does that count?
Glue
By
them back
default.
on.
Brilliant. Okay,
Yeah.
can I push you for an answer then?
From the fingerprint shop.
Go on in, yeah.
You're gonna go with
like
true.
it, yeah.
Okay, it is in fact false.
Oh.
Identical twins do not have identical fingerprints. Although twins have identical genetic makeups, fingerprints develop starting from the womb and in your environments. So there will be differences, making the "I have a twin" argument useless in court for burglars and rapists.
That's good to know.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Next question is for Lorena. Is it true or false that statistically at least 6 people who attend the University of Essex suffer from narcolepsy?
I don't know what that is.
It's a sleeping disorder.
Oh yeah. Well, I've been here for like a month, and that's all I do. So yeah.
Well, it's one where people will be going around doing ordinary tasks and then they just fall asleep.
Oh okay.
It will usually be brought on by a certain occurrence, but
What does that mean? That
well, like
sounds
some people can fall asleep when they're like stressed or really busy. Some people can get
Lecturers, yeah. Or have certain lecturers, perhaps.
Well, yeah, if they're that boring.
Yeah, I think everyone in my history class has it.
I know there's definitely a few cases where it can be brought on by being really turned on.
That's got
to be the biggest turn on in the world.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I just got it.
To feel by myself awake.
So what do you think?
So it's 6%.
6 people out of, I think it's 12,000.
Where's it happened?
There's 12.
So 6 people. Or
As in
something.
statistically, 6 people
right.
out of the 12,000 people that attend the
6
uni of
people.
Essex have narcolepsy.
Yeah,
What
why
do you
not?
Yeah, but would they admit to it? Those 6 people, would they go?
It doesn't matter whether they admit to it. Do they have it? True or false?
How does
They'd
the uni know they have it?
This
You don't.
This seems
Statistically.
Yeah, but you'd have to admit to it because.
True or
else
false?
you'd
I'm
just
going to have
be
to push you for
walking
an answer
around.
now.
Okay, it's false.
It is in fact true.
Oh,
What the hell?
So statistically,
we
about
got
6 people who attend the university suffer from narcolepsy because it's 1 in 2,000 people. If you're not sure what the symptoms are, they're usually quite easy to spot.
I think you've got it.
You can
It's
use it as
me.
an excuse
Who
if
saw
you
that
get really
coming?
drunk outside level 2.
Yeah.
The final
it's
question
not
in this
narcolepsy.
round is Tom. Is it true or false that there is a gas nicknamed anti-helium in that it has the opposite properties to helium? That is to say, instead of it being light and making your voice squeaky, it's heavy and deepens your voice.
Oh, I've seen that on Jonathan Ross.
Mhm.
Because this guy was making eggs out of liquid hydrogen or something. And then Jonathan
Right.
Ross was like, let me breathe it in. And then he would like that, wasn't it?
Make eggs out of liquid.
Yeah, no, you know that guy who does like weird foods?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's the
That-
ball.
that's
Yeah,
fake.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. And he was like cooking eggs in liquid nitrogen. And it was like a boiled egg, but it was like an ice cream.
Oh, you mean the
because it was cold.
Waitrose bald guy that makes
With
birds
the
and
Yeah,
pies?
yeah.
I know the one.
It's quite sexy.
I could be wrong, I don't know.
Taste
So,
the
like, if you put it in a balloon, then it goes downwards instead of upwards.
I thought so.
I don't know. I'm leaving
That's
it to
not
you.
the theory based
But
on
isn't that what
Jonathan Ross.
gravity does?
Yeah, but like
That's
heavier.
true.
An object,
It just goes faster.
an object will float or sink, whether if it's
Less
Mass
dense
and
than
if
the
it's
thing
less
it's in.
dense than
Yeah.
air. So if so I mean if it's heavier than air, it will sink, whereas air will float above it.
I think it's true then.
Yeah.
Is there a thing called anti?
Well, it doesn't have to be. Is there a thing with an opposite properties to helium?
Yeah. Go on then.
Nice.
Yeah.
It is in fact true.
Yay!
There is a gas with opposite properties to helium called sulfur hexafluoride. It's so heavy that light objects can actually float on it if contained. It also gives a voice a much deeper pitch, like talking in slow motion, so scientists are working on a way to use it on Justin Bieber so that he can sound like his balls have actually dropped.
Oh, that's mean.
Right,
That's
I've lost that. I have no idea what the points stand at.
one.
1.
That's it.
I think it's
Yeah,
just 1-0.
yeah.
Okay, so at the end,
Good.
at the end of our first round, the score stands at 1. Oh, it's 1-1. Apparently, a voice is saying in my ear. Okay, so we have Alt Team 1
Well, we've got
and Delete Team 1, which is basically the score which a football team will, which the England football team will pray for. This round is called Deep Thought, where there will be double points up for grabs, 1 for correct answer and 1 for creative comic answer. Let's see what you've got. For Team Alt, during an all-expenses paid tour of Australia, what was Prince Philip quoted as saying undiplomatically to the Aborigines?
Heard about this.
It did make the
I've
news.
got absolutely no
This
idea.
is
I've heard
probably
of
one that
something
made the
like
news.
this. Yeah.
He's always undiplomatic. Do we have to just pick one phrase?
Well, if you can give me a close enough sentence, I mean, obviously he says stupid things all the time. He went to Scotland, he was talking to a driving instructor, and he said, how do you keep the natives sober enough to take the test? So,
Oh, wow.
I mean, your clue for this question is, think casual Prince Philip talking to tribal people.
What is it to Aborigines?
It's something he said about the Aborigines, which slightly offended a few people.
I went down under on your wife. Something.
Wow. We didn't need to know that.
We're talking Prince Philip, not Jimmy Carr.
Which one's Prince Philip?
He's
The one that's married to the Queen.
Queen's
Oh,
husband.
No, well, everyone knows Prince Philip is a casual racist. He's a bit naive, if anything.
I've got absolutely no idea.
No.
I used to own you, something like that. He did because like Britain used to own Australia, didn't it?
It was a
So-
prison camp or
Is
something.
that-
wasn't
yeah.
it? Something about them
It's like
being
an
prisoners.
island prison.
Yeah.
Something about being prisoners.
Don't drop the soap.
Especially in grass skirts.
Oh,
Grass
brilliant.
skirts.
Right, well, can
They
I
wear
push
clothes,
you for
do
an
they?
answer? What quote are you going for?
I don't know.
No idea.
You're on.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you a point for creativeness there. The correct answer, he said, do you lot still throw spears at each other?
Oh, hell no.
Typical Prince Philip quote there. He's no longer allowed to meet foreign ambassadors as he accuses the European ones of being immigrants and anyone from the Middle East onwards to be a takeaway delivery man.